Welcome to Date Night Cook. Recipe tonight, Asian salad roll with salmon caviar. I love this recipe. And the reason I love it is because it's so unbelievably simple, I can hardly even call it cooking. To make a salad roll, you can get as creative as you want. You can try different ingredients. You can put avocados, mangoes, whatever you want in it. Today, I'm going to do a more basic one and I'm going to show you a really cool ingredient we're going to work with. So, for this one, we need a cucumber, we need some mixed greens, a little bit of soft goat cheese, rice papers, salmon caviar. I love this ingredient. It's slowly becoming popular in the stores here. You can find it in some supermarkets. Sometimes you can find it in fishmongers. If you can't find it or you're not really adventurous, you can replace this with smoked salmon or try crab meat, whatever you want. But I really wanted to showcase this because it's a little bit different and it really does do its job to impress. To get started, take your cucumber and you want to cut off just the edge of it here, and you want to do it in what's called a bias. And all a bias really means is that you cut it diagonally. So you take it and you do this. So you get this diagonal edge, just like that. And you want to cut a few slices. Not too thick, not too thin, just a good amount right there. Now, once you have your little medallions, all you want to do is just take your blade and slice them right in half. And this is what you want to work with. This is what's going to give your salad roll a little bit of a crunch, an additional texture. You want that here, trust me. And now for the fun part. Rice paper. I love working with rice paper. This is great. It replaces bread, replaces pita. You can find it in the Asian food section in your supermarket. And it is very cheap. The one thing you want to make sure you do though is you prepare it right. Because as you notice, it's a little plasticky in its texture and you can very easily snap it if you didn't work it right. In order to make sure that that doesn't happen, what you want to do is you want to take a nice big bowl and fill it with hot water. And just from the tap is fine, you don't need to boil anything, just make sure it's nice and hot. Once you have your water in a bowl, simply take the rice paper and place it right in the water. Make sure it's fully submerged. And you want to leave it there for a minute. And while that's soaking, take a roll of saran wrap and just roll some out onto your cutting board and have it ready. This is going to be our surface where we're going to put everything together, and the saran wrap is actually not going to stick to the rice paper. It's going to help us flip it over and roll. Rice paper itself is kind of like a saran wrap. It will stick to itself, but it won't stick to each other. Don't ask me how that works. Once you have this, very carefully take the rice paper out, try to keep it as straight as you can, and place it in the middle of your saran wrap. Here's the neat thing about this recipe. I've only done it 3 times, so the rolls are not going to be perfect, but that's okay, because it's actually not that hard. Even if they don't look perfect, they'll still hold together and it will be delicious. What you want to do here is you want to make sure that the caviar is going to be displayed and you can see it through the rice paper when the roll is rolled up. To do that, make sure you take the caviar and put it first. And again, if you're using salmon or crab meat, just place that first because that's going to be right there showing through the rice paper roll. It's going to look beautiful. Put a nice straight line. Not in the middle, but just a little off center. Just like so. It's not a big deal if you have a couple of stray ones like this, but you can tighten it up a little bit. Take your goat cheese, put a nice layer across the top. You don't want it to be too thick, you don't want to overpower the flavor of the caviar, but you want it to be a good amount there so it complements it. Caviar itself is very salty and it's a very nice flavor. And what you want to do here is you take your cucumbers that you sliced up and you just want to put 3 of them on a side, just like this, slightly overlapping. From here, take your mixed greens, you can twist them up in a little bunch, put them right on top, And now you're ready to roll. So very gently pick up the back end of the saran wrap and loop it over top. Do it gentle because you do not want to put too much pressure. You do not want to start popping the caviar. Also, you do not want to have that cucumber poke a hole in your rice paper. There we go. Once it touches itself on the back end like that, you're good to go. You got to close in the sides. And to do that, just pick up your saran wrap, flip it over, and there you go. That's that. And do the same from the other side. Once you have this, you just finish rolling it over like so. And look at all that color. Look at all that caviar in there. That's beautiful. From this side, and a little bit of a cucumber too. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's simple. From here, take a cutting board, just very gently cut it right down the middle. To present it, you want to do something sort of like this. Look how pretty that is. Once you have a couple of rolls prepared, to serve, easy. Put it on the plate exactly like I showed you, and get a little bowl of sauce, whatever you like. You know what? Grab something from that same aisle where you got the rice papers, sweet chili Thai, soy sauce even. I like hoisin. That's what we're gonna use today. So just a little bit of hoisin sauce in the bowl, on a plate next to the rolls. And as you notice here, as I said, this is my third time making it. The rolls are not perfectly tight for those of you who are more foodies out there. But even at this level, it's absolutely gorgeous, it's delicious, and you shouldn't be afraid to try this. Asian salad roll with salmon caviar. Serve this with a little bit of sparkling wine, and your date will love this. Asian salad roll with salmon caviar.
Wow. Please share and like our video, follow us on social media, and check out datenightcook.com for lots of cool stuff.